The air in Firehouse 51, usually thick with the scent of diesel and camaraderie, now held a faint, unsettling tang of uncertainty. Chief Wallace Bowden, the steadfast anchor, was gone. His office, once a bastion of wisdom and calm, stood eerily quiet, a stark reminder of the leadership void. For the crew, it wasn't just a professional shift. It felt like a seismic tremor through the heart of their home. Christopher Herrmann, his face etched with a familiar blend of earnestness and ambition, felt the weight of expectation. For years, he'd poured his life into Firehouse 51, a patriarch figure to the younger recruits and a loyal brother to his peers. He knew every creaking floorboard, every hidden history of the place. More importantly, he knew his people. He understood their fears, celebrated their victories, and mourned their losses as if they were his own. The idea of stepping into Bowden's shoes wasn't born of ego, but of a deep-seated belief that he could provide the stability and genuine leadership the house needed. He had Bowden's endorsement, a silent, powerful nod that fueled his resolve. But ambition, Herrmann quickly learned, often tangled with bureaucracy. The chief's role wasn't merely about heart and experience. It demanded specific qualifications, a testament to a system that valued paper as much as grit. He found himself poring over study guides late into the night, the words blurring as exhaustion set in. Each paragraph felt like a hurdle, a stark contrast to the visceral, immediate problem-solving he excelled at on a burning scene. The clock was ticking, and the exam seemed to loom larger with each passing day. Then came Dom Pascal. He arrived not with a fanfare, but with a quiet, almost imperceptible shift in the Firehouse's rhythm. Tall, composed, and with an air of seasoned authority, Pascal was an unknown variable. The crew, accustomed to the comforting familiarity of Bowden's presence, regarded him with a healthy dose of skepticism, their protective instincts rising like a shield around their sacred space. They watched, they observed, they waited. Pascal, for his part, understood the silent challenge. He didn't try to force connections or demand instant loyalty. Instead, he observed, listened, and most importantly, acted. During a particularly volatile multi-alarm fire, where a structural collapse threatened to trap a squad, Pascal's calm, decisive commands cut through the chaos. He made a split-second call that diverted resources, saved lives, and, in that moment, began to chip away at the crew's ingrained reservations. Later, in the quiet aftermath, he offered a cup of coffee to a shaken rookie, listening intently to the young firefighter's anxieties. It wasn't a grand gesture, but a series of small, authentic actions that began to earn him the begrudging, then growing, respect of Firehouse 51. Herrmann watched Pascal, a complex mix of admiration and disappointment swirling within him. He saw the competence, the steady hand, the emerging bond Pascal was forging. And he knew, deep down, that the chief's exam was a race he was struggling to win. The dream felt distant, shrouded in a fog of administrative hurdles. The season final brought not a climax to Herrmann's ambition, but a profound redefinition of his priorities. Mouch, his longtime friend, his brother-in-arms, harbored a quiet, fervent dream: to become a lieutenant and remain a fixture at Firehouse 51. It was a humble aspiration compared to the chief's office, but for Mouch it was everything. Herrmann saw the flicker of hope in Mouch's eyes, the quiet yearning for a position that would solidify his legacy within their shared home. The decision was agonizing, a silent battle waged in the depths of Herrmann's soul. He could push for the chief's exam, continue his arduous climb, potentially leaving Mouch's dream unfulfilled, or he could make a choice that epitomized the very core of Firehouse 51's spirit: sacrifice for family. Without a word to Mouch, Herrmann made his choice. He stepped down from his lieutenant role on Engine 51. The paperwork was signed, the decision irreversible. The reveal was a quiet bombshell. Mouch, initially stunned, felt a surge of overwhelming emotion. Gratitude, certainly, but also a sense of profound indebtedness. "Herrmann," he stammered, his voice thick with unspent tears, "you didn't have to." Herrmann just offered a wry, almost melancholic smile. Had to, Mouch. This house needs you right where you belong. And I belong right here with my family. And so, Christopher Herrmann, the man who had eyed the chief's chair, was back to being a firefighter. The demotion stung. A little, a quiet echo of a dream deferred. But seeing Mouch, beaming with pride and a newfound sense of purpose as lieutenant of Engine 51, filled a different kind of void. It was a stark reminder that leadership wasn't always about rank, but about empowering those around you, even at personal cost.